Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's his next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? Is Bitcoin ready to take off from here and blast off into orbit? We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode because Bitcoin, man, it's been, you know what? It's been circling this area for too long. Is it going to take off? Are we going to finally see the 70K that everybody's been talking about and more? Yes, we are. You just have to be patient. And you want to trade this, right? You can do so by checking out the links in the description below and in the pinned comments. And you earn like $200 bonuses by trading it on Bybit or Femex or BTC Mex as well. So check that out in the description. And you know what? All the profits that you make from that trade is yours to keep. So make sure you do so. If you're interested in trading, just remember that trading is a little bit dangerous, right? If you don't know what you're doing, so make sure you know. Make sure you understand the system before you go ahead and trade. We're also going to be talking about the Bitcoin dominance and how it's falling through the floor, just like I predicted. Once it breaks, oh my goodness, it's broken and it's coming. It's happening right now. This is the alt season we've been waiting for. And we're going to talk about how far it's going to go and what's going to happen. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a great show. Also, I'm going to talk about, at the end, I'm going to talk about one question one person asked me in the comment section in the last video. He asked, how is Bitcoin going to save the world? I don't understand. How is this possible? All right? Everybody says Bitcoin is like, fixes that. How does that fix everything? And I'll explain why in today's episode as well. So sit down and watch all the way to the end because you don't want to miss a thing, because this is important information both on the TA side and on how Bitcoin works side. So check that out. Okay, before we continue, right, remember this is not financial advice. This is only trading entertainment, and you need to do your own research before putting any money in the market. Alrighty, so let's head over to the charts and see what we can see. Okay, so you're gonna have to excuse me because the things are a little bit tiny here. My whole setup is not completely 100% ready, but I'm gonna just zoom in here. As you can first, let me zoom out first. As you can see, right, Bitcoin, right, has created a rising wedge here, and if we break, of course, if we break above that, we're headed higher. Of course, if we break down, we're headed lower. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we have to mention the other possibility. Right now, we've broken a short-term downward trend line, right? So if you're interested in hopping in a trade, you would go down to the lower time frames maybe to see if you can get in on a W before it actually starts to blast off. Looks this trade will take you all the way to the top of like approximately 60,000 ish area. You can see there was a W here that didn't quite work out. It wasn't the best W that I would probably trade, so it didn't work out. So look for another one to pair on the 5-minute before you jump into a trade. You could also try your luck at the because sometimes, not often, you see a lot of gaps here. So I'm a little concerned about that. I'm very concerned actually with all the gaps here. So I would say we should set our entry level at the retest of this break of the trend line. The gaps have got me a little nervous, so I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? Let's wait. I'm gonna put my entry right down here, just to make sure that hey, it's gonna check here. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to. If it doesn't come down and get my entry, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to let it go. But that's where I'm going to be looking at getting into a trade in the next little while. Let's head over to Ethereum and see what we can see. Ethereum, it was ready to go, and I was a little concerned about hitting an entry down here because of all the M's here, and yeah, it didn't work. I thought it was going to collapse even further. There's just too much Emmings here for me to like really go, okay, this thing, right? Right, this M, or is not, well, it's not really, that's not how you're supposed to draw the M, because, you know, this arch is lower, and you could see, right, it was smiling at us, and I was like not willing to be the buyer down here. So I had to wait and see what it did, and I didn't get a chance to really look at it. I've been pretty busy. I've been you know what, hanging with Chris, right, and he's been cheering me up lately, so he's been doing a great job cheering me up. Hands up for Chris, man. He's been a really great friend, helping me out as through these tough times, right? And basically, you know, providing support and help in surviving around here in Dubai, right? When I don't know anybody else. So yeah, it's been great. Let's see here. Well, we can see that Ethereum has decided to bounce off of this level here. Let's see here. I think we've created some sort of downward trend. Not really. No, we haven't. Well, yes, we have a little bit. If you ignore the wicks, there we go. Created a little bit of a downward trend. I'm concerned that that Ethereum loves to retest these bottoms, but because we've only done this like twice here, however, you can see there's a lot of support into this area. If we do come down again, Ethereum has a lot of support here, so we can see that Ethereum might dip into these levels but not break through it. We can see that this thing has to break these higher levels here to really say that we're going, and it's got to be a firm break and not anything weak to say, hey, you know what, we're off to the races. So we're talking about the 2144 level, a break, but I'm more concerned that this thing might roll over further before we see anything higher on Ethereum. But if it doesn't roll over, yeah, we just have to break that the 2,144 level, and it's off to the races. And there's a good chance of that because of the dominance, as you can see, and since Ethereum is part of the the altcoins, you can see the dominance just has slidden down. Just like I said, I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks now, right? As it came down here, right? Like several weeks ago, and I was saying we have to go sideways a little bit. I've been saying that over and over. We're going to be chopping. We're in for some chop, but then once we break, it's going to be like Royal Express elevator to hell, going down. And you can see it did that majorly. We broke through this resistance here, and we're still going on the weekly. You can see that this thing is probably headed straight to the 52 before we actually see any kind of resistance in the next week or two. So look for lots of popcorn, right? Lots of your alts popping off here. You're gonna see them like going off like crazy. So check it. So wait for that. Especially if you've done the little old lady strategy. Oh my goodness, you are in the pipe 5 by 5. You're doing a little old lady strategy, because I've done my portfolio has done extremely well. And if you want to check out what my portfolio is, you can do so by heading over to DaVinciJ15.com. Right, and you could be a part. You could subscribe and get Pandora's wallet for free, and get to see what my portfolio is and what my trades are and so forth. And yeah, we're gonna be back in action, man. Finally, as soon as I get my bearings straight and decide on what times I'm going to be doing videos and so forth and all that kind of stuff, because it's like, you know, it's 4 o'clock again here at, oh, actually 4:15, and yeah, it's kind of different. So I'm not sure if I want to do videos in the middle of the day, but we'll see. yeah, I got my Instagram back, and yeah, I've been posting videos, pictures, and stuff like that. Chris keeps laughing at me because I'm not very good at Instagram. That is true. I'm not an Instagrammer, but you know what? I will get someone to help me teach me how to do this. And he says, "Yeah, I'll teach you. Don't worry." It's just terrible. Yeah. But anyways, so and DJ 15 token still holding up there. Great. Thank you guys for supporting the DJ 15 token. And if you do own a DJ 15 token, you will have access to this Telegram group, right? And yeah, so with that said, right, also, if you want to do the little old lady strategy, you could also head over to www.davincicodes.net/videos, and then you'll have access to all the videos. They're free, the little old lady strategy videos, and I will be remastering them shortly with either remastering them with the editor, because the editor suggested that I remaster them instead of like redoing them, and that might be a better idea. So that once they're remastered, then we can repost them and then have all the different languages, right, that I have to watch this, whether it's Spanish. If you're watching, if you speak Spanish, remember I do have a Spanish channel. Links are in the description below. And if you speak German, right, I have a German channel as well, and a Russian channel. So make sure you check those out if you speak any of those languages. All right, and yeah, look for the new version of the Little Lady Strategy coming soon to a theater near you. Okay, well, the core question that you guys want to answer about Bitcoin, and I'm going to be doing some more question and answers after the show with the people who have subscribed to Pandora's wallet and to DJ 15 token. But the main question you want to know is, how does Bitcoin fix all of this? This is not fair. Like, the rich people are just going to be able to buy all the Bitcoin, and I won't be able to. I'll get a small amount. And first off, right, I understand that you're concerned about, oh, it's not fair that they get to buy and you don't, right? Yes, they got it free from printed money. Yes, I get it. However, right, keep in mind, most of these wealthy people do not know how to create wealth. They only know how to use the current system, which is unfair, and because that's all they know how to cheat, right? They only know how to cheat, and once the system prevents you from cheating, that system goes away, right? When you work for your wealth, your small amount of wealth, and you put it away and you save it, right? You'll notice that slowly, those Bitcoins, as you slowly save each one of them. Let's see if I have any Bitcoins here in my my drawers. I could have swore I had some here, but I guess not. But if you slowly save your Bitcoins one at a time and accumulate, that means your value will always go up. You're along with everyone else's. And so there's no way for someone to inflate your Bitcoins. And this way you could also plan for retirement. So you could go, okay, let me think about my retirement. It costs X amount of Bitcoin for me to survive. Let's just say 1,000 sats, right, per month to survive. I want 2,000 sats or extra just in case. And you can save for that gold. You can make that goal happen. And in the future, when you do retire, not only will it'll be worth more than, you'll get more than that 2,000 sats worth of value from whatever you want to buy. And you're like, okay, so you're still not telling me how this is going to change the world, Da Vinci. I just don't get it. Well, because wealthy people can't. Well, the whole world is designed on a scam system, everything, and once you build a world where you're on scamming other people, which is the core of our financial system, it's about fraud, committing fraud against other people. It created more fraud on top of more fraud. In fact, Alan Greenspan said fraud is part of the system. right? When he was arguing with Brooksy Born, when she said, "Hey, you know what? These derivatives are going to be creating a lot of fraud," and that's so true. So if you have a fraudulent system as your core, because money is a core of all trade, right? You're going to create a lot of criminality, a lot of immoral behavior, and once that core has been removed and we have a better base, right? We'll see humanity get lifted up, and we've seen it time and time and time again throughout history. Whenever we went from bad money to good money, we saw a renaissance every single time. Why is that? Because now, when you worked hard and you did your best job, that wealth that got transferred to you would increase. You will do better, and you'll be able to like work even harder to make sure that you get what you want, and the other person gets what they want. And that's a fair system, right? And you can see throughout history we've done that. Whenever we've switched to a gold standard, right, from the paper standard, which would be destroyed, you'd see huge changes in society. Everybody will be more educated. There'd be less poverty. More wealth was spread out amongst more people. It was a more fair system, and this is what Bitcoin provides for all of us. And so it reduces corruption. So, for example, the more wealth that's concentrated in smaller hands, those smaller hands have access to government, and they can control and corrupt government. But once wealth is spread out between more hands, then those larger numbers of wealth owners are going to be able to control government to their best interest. And so that makes it so much better for humanity, that we will see something unbelievable going forward, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad to be alive at this time. At first, I was a little bit depressed, but now before Bitcoin, I was depressed all the time because I thought, us going into despotism and humanity getting crushed. But now I see a whole different future, and I'm looking forward to it. I see a bright future ahead for humanity, and that's why Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Thank you for watching, and cheers, people.